This is Tobias of Cut Up.
This is Anders from Cut Up, and you're listening to the FANTASM Podcast. And go get our new album, wherever they may rot, out on Metal Blade Records worldwide.
Phantasm. This is Philip H. Anselmo.
My name is Kim Corey.
Hey, this is Gorgasson.
Shane Embry, bass player of Napalm Death. Rock up, here.
What's up, everybody? This is Ross Dolan from Immolation.
What's up, everybody? It's John Bush from Armored Scene. Hello, Deathsters. This is Martin Van Drunen from Asterix, and you're listening to
Phantasm Podcast.
What the fuck is up, and welcome to the Phantasm Podcast. I am Corey Gorechrist. With me, Dr. Vincent West.
Hello.
Great episode, great interview. We had our first repeat offender on the show. We had Tobias of Cut Up, and he brought Anders with him on the show as well to promote their new record out on Metal Blade Records. Right now, wherever they may rot, from Cut Up. So their sophomore release. It's really grown on me as of late. It's actually really kick-ass record. Not that I didn't like it before, but I've been listening to it nonstop. So already writing the film. What the film we got? This is off the fucking hinges when it starts. So Doctor, what do we got?
Child's Play.
Meet Chucky.
Hi, I'm Chucky.
He's more than just a toy.
He's something, isn't he?
He's an adventure. He walks. He talks, and he never needs batteries. In fact, he's virtually unbreakable.
Stop!
Trouble is, Chucky is one toy you never want to play with.
Why not?
The broadcast premiere, Child's Play, Tuesday at 8, here on Channel 2.
Chris Sarandon just shot Brad Dourif, and Brad Dourif is a fucking badass. And he's, of course, Charles Lee Ray in the film. And this just starts right out balls deep.
This movie's fucking beautiful, too, by the way, already.
It is. We've got the Scream Factory release, of course. You're passing Jimmy Wong's Chinese food, which I had some Chinese food a minute ago, so it's nice. And there's the infamous Playland toy store here, where it sets up the impending sacrifice here, It's a great movie, 1988. Go over some movie titles with you.
I'm going to pull up the, if it's okay.
There's some really good ones here, and I don't know if we've already done this, but who cares? It's mentionable. I think we did one of these. I think we did one of these on one we haven't released yet to the public, but we'll get those out. Hellraiser 2, Hellbound, came out in 1988. I'm just going straight horror movies here. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You got Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Dream Master. Waxwork. The Blob, Serpent and the Rainbow. Maniac Cop, which I love. Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers. Monkey Shines, which scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. Sleepaway Camp 2. Night of the Demons 2, Return of the Living Dead Part 2. What else we got here? Got Dead Heat. They Live, which we have done on here, of course, was the Mike Smith episode from Suffocation. It's an awesome episode. If you guys haven't heard that yet, you should definitely catch up on that. Poltergeist 3. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, which you can actually, I think they just recently put out on Blu-ray.
They did?
Yeah, like 3 different editions of the covers. They're like 3 different...
who put that out? I didn't know that was
limited covers. I can't remember who put it out. It's not like a known company or whatever, but they did put it out, and there's 3 different covers of it. One of them uses the theatrical cover as the cover art. One uses a different one. Like, they're all, like, one's the international cover as the cover.
God damn it, I didn't know. Fuck.
It's really cool. I didn't think you'd want that.
Yes, I do.
Fright Night Part 2, 1988. Scarecrows, Brain Damage, which you can now purchase from Arrow. It's a pretty hefty release from them, too. It's one of the, I think, the best boxed Blu-rays they've put out thus far. It comes with, like, a bunch of extra stuff, So definitely purchase that. Rabid Grannies. which is a cult film. It's like very trauma, but it's not trauma. It's very weird, very like a C movie almost. Phantasm 2, fucking awesome. Touch of Death, Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers.
I have that movie.
That's awesome. I love that movie. Zombie 3. Then you got The Howling 4, which isn't even mentionable. Pulse, and I'll leave you with one more, and it's another one that Scream Factory has put out in their repertoire, and that is Dead Ringers.
Yeah, I have that.
So that's all from 88, and that's all the horror from 88.
I actually found that used in Chattanooga. Just weird. Anyway, you want albums from 88?
I'm trying to think what the biggest movie of 88 would be. I mean, there's so many of them. There's a lot of good comedies in 88. I guess Rain Man would be one of the biggest. And Die Hard, of course. Willow also came out in 88, which is awesome. Midnight Run, which the Doctor loves. License to Drive, which is one that the Doctor showed me and I love. Came out in 88. And
this is gay.
Rambo 3 also, or Rambo 3. Also came out, so Bloodsport. Yeah, that's all the really.
There it is, but there's no goddamn.
Yeah, that's it.
It doesn't come out till the end of April, but what I'm saying is it doesn't say.
There's 3 different covers you can buy for it, and they're all limited to like a certain number. One of them, I think, was only... of course, here, Charles Lee Ray is dead, but he has already lifted his soul into the good guy doll here, which ends up being Chucky, so... And then here we are. I always want to call him by his real name, is Alex or whatever, but it's what the fuck's his name in the film, The Kid or whatever. He's waiting for his good guy doll because it's his birthday. It's Andy, yeah. So I forgot Catherine Hicks is in this film too. She's from Manhattan, New York. She was in Star Trek
4.
The Voyage Home, yeah.
Okay, metal albums. You ready?
Metal albums, 1988. Let's do it.
Cube of the Seven Keys Part 2 from Halloween.
Awesome.
Megadeth, So Far, So Good, So What. An Aussie record that I think gets no credit. No Rest for the Wicked, which I love.
Yeah.
Violence, Eternal Nightmare. Death Leprosy. Ministry, The Land of Rape and Honey, which isn't metal, it's industrial, but still it is a good record, yeah.
I used to do that.
Jane's Addiction, Nothing Shocking, which I love, which is also not metal, but I think is a great album.
I used to do that with my cereal, pour like a shit ton of sugar on top of it.
Rat, Reach for the Sky. I know it's a hair band, but I love them. They're one of my favorites. Queen's Rock, Operation Mindcrime, one of the best records I've ever bought in my life.
Love that album. Actually own that physically as well.
Poison's Open Up and Say Ah, which is also a hairband record, but I don't care because I really like it. Marty Friedman's Dragon's Kiss, his first solo album, which that was the album that got him into Megadeth, actually, the Dragon's Kiss, because Mustaine had heard it. Flotsam and Jetsam, No Place for Disgrace, my favorite Flotsam record, hands down. Nuclear Assault Survive, also my favorite album from Nuclear Assault. King Diamond Them, Slayer South of Heaven, Pantera Power Metal, Raven, Nothing Exceeds Like Excess. It's the only album from that band I like. Cacophony, Go Off, which is Jason Becker and Marty Friedman together. Judas Priest, Ram It Down.
Love that album.
Vinnie Vincent, Invasion, All Systems Go. Any Kiss fans out there? Manowar, Kings of Metal, which is my favorite Manowar record, and then Overkill, Under the Influence, and then I'm going to go to my favorite on this whole fucking list. Scorpion, Savage Amusement, which I love too, if I didn't mention. And then the number one record for me of that whole fucking year, Coroner, Punishment for Decadence, done.
Awesome.
That's it. That's all I got.
That part where he's making his mom breakfast, or Catherine Hicks or whatever, where he puts like half the tub of butter on 2 pieces of toast. Yeah, right there. It's fucking gross.
Yeah,
I used to try and make my mom breakfast, and this movie influenced how I would do that. I put the cereal, and I do the toast, but I wouldn't use that much of it. But this movie reminds me of me actually eating breakfast to this film, because it starts off, like this. And I used to actually have my toast and my cereal and Child's Play would be on and watch it. It was fun.
Well,
this movie came
what harkens back for me here, if I may,
my mom hated this movie. She would not watch it. Scared
no, this is bad, what I'm about to say.
So
this is awful.
I always thought about buying her a Good Guy doll and putting it on her lap. She was a heavy sleeper, so she would wake up with it on her, and she would actually probably have had a heart attack. So I refrained from buying her the Chucky doll, because she would have actually that would have not ended well. So, but yeah, this movie brings back a lot of fond memories of me as a little Andy watching this film. I had a lot of I could relate a lot to this kid as I was watching it, even though this movie was
I see. It still does not say how you can buy this. I'm on that Cinespectral. If we have any Elvira fans like me,
it was on a different website,
but it's pissing me off. Like it's making me mad.
It was a really weird drop-down menu when I had to look at it. You have to pick which version you want, or that you can get. I wanted that.
How much is it? Is what I want to know too.
The version A, they're like $40, but I think they're steelbooks. All of them are. Yeah, they're steelbooks, and they all come with the version A comes with 2 discs, and the other ones come with 3 discs.
But where do I buy it at?
I'm trying to find out here. There's a website I went
to. Look, I'll tell you guys, there's nothing worse than these underground companies putting stuff out, but yet they don't promote it. I'm not going to name any names, like the assholes that are making that Friday the 13th game that didn't want to come on our show because they're pricks. But anyway, I want to... This is just...
shows it right here, the movie2shop.com. It's like... they did post a link of it. This is the old school eBay, folks. You had to go up to fucking peddlers, fucking
call it what it is.
This
is be honest. This is Craigslist. That's all this is.
Yeah, it's modern day. It's back in the day Craigslist.
But I want it. This is disturbing. This is where I'm going to bring my disturbing feel to this podcast. I remember watching horror movies late at night after everybody was asleep, and I'd snuck out of my room or whatever. And I was in the, I never had the corduroy things on, but if I did, you'd slip out of that onesie so you can fucking stroke it to the fucking sex scenes in your porn movie. So if we've got anybody out there, if you remember having your little corduroy pants on, or your little coverall onesie, you got to slip out of them. And them out of your fucking underoos to discover your sexuality during a horror film, like I did. I don't know if Corey approves my pervertedness today, or he does.
Let's find out.
But anyway, so when it gets back to that, just remember when you're watching the film, the little boy, you just have to imagine Dr. West in his coverall onesies that he's going to strip down to for naked time.
For nudie time.
Because it's going to be, because you got your birthday present, but you've also got to have your onesie out to where you can get to your beef. Because that's the most important part of it.
So a budget of $9 million, made $44 million at the box office, came out November 9th, 1988. Movie's set in Chicago. Pretty sure it's filmed in Chicago, too, if I'm not mistaken.
So there's only one version left? Is that what I'm seeing here?
No, go back. You can, there's all 3 of them. You just have to, instead of go to add to cart, you have to hit more. and it'll bring it up like the real thing.
This is really ghetto.
It is ghetto. But yeah, they did the OG Craigslist and got a real Chucky doll off of a fucking bum, so he can not pay rent.
And this is your babysitter. What I would do, now I'm just being honest about this, is once she got liquored up after I had my birthday cake with the chocolate that gave me an erection as a small boy, a sugar high, I would. Well, no, what I would do.
Oh, you'd wait till she's passed out so you can look up her skirt.
Well, no, it's actually more perverted than that. What I would do is slip off my young boy onesie to where I was just erect, and then what I would do is slip off her mature thong and use that as a face mask as I rub my young wiener. He's straight. That's what gets it. I hated being dressed and stuff like that. So I'm trying to give a different twist for everybody out there that was also traumatized by the onesie as a kid. But I'm serious, and she's fairly attractive,
That's Dinah Manoff. Dinah Manoff is in Welcome Back, Kotter, and Mork and Mindy.
But the whole putting me to bed thing.
She was on Night Court and
put me to bed.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sister.
Now here's what would happen to the babysitter. Now this is where this gets kind of crazy, kids. So once Chucky came to life with his hard toy erection.
Oh, of course, she was in Grease too. She was fucking Marty, whatever.
Well, the best scenario would the woman here would be pleasuring herself, and then Chucky and I would slip off our onesies and DP her. Him with his toy doll cock for her puss, and then fucking me with my young raging hard on for her butthole. as Chucky and I, because we're best friends forever, we also DP together. So
this movie just reminds me of being a little kid, because I used to do the same shit this kid does, except for make breakfast like an autistic kid, but that's okay.
So essentially what we're figuring out here is that wheelchair fucker is the little boy. But now, if it was me, again...
You would already be walking around with your...
Well, this whole movie would have a different spin on it.
Pork helmet.
Yeah, me and Chucky would be DPing all the women in the building. It would turn into like a Cronenberg thing, where Chucky's more of a mystical erection presence as opposed to a serial killer that got inside a doll body.
Well, this is what she gets. I've never seen why would a babysitter be that mean to a fucking giant doll like that? I would have just left him in his chair, But this movie is pretty...
Well, see, that's where you could do a porn of this, because the two, Chucky and the little boy... What's the little boy's name?
Andy.
Andy and Chucky would run the DP train on her for interrupting their fun time.
With their... It's like, yeah, now it's your fun time.
And then while they're DPing her, one has a pudding cup and the other has like a
jug,
the
sippy cup.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say a little hug, which is what Tootie is. Look, he's a little hug.
Yeah.
Have you not seen those? It's like a little juice thing. It's called Lil Hug.
Like a barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah, the barrel drinks. I used to have those too.
You're like, I want a barrel drink. Yeah. I want my blue one.
I used to have that, man. We can talk about hugs right now.
Shit.
They have other overalls down to their fucking ankles.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you. And they run the train on her for being mean to them. And then when they're done, they get in the fridge and eat their pudding cups and their Jello cups.
Yeah, the Jello cups. Tub of
like
ice
gelatin,
cream.
Jello gelatin, not the pudding.
A tub of ice cream with all the chocolate syrup in the fridge on it.
So I guess since Chucky's a doll, even though he's possessed, he would just shoot blanks, so he couldn't get anybody pregnant. So he'd be the perfect mate for some women. But
he's like sterile to the end. Heidi ho.
Exactly.
I was Heiny ho. Heiny ho.
We'll DP everything together. But yeah.
Of course, she's cold.
And it's not really that this woman's attractive, that she deserves the little boy doll gangbang, but it's more of that she's there and she's rude.
Yeah. She needs to be taught a lesson by a inanimate object.
Exactly.
There's just a lot of good setup for audio here, because there's some pretty funny moments in this movie. And the camera work was very good. Of course, it's directed by Tom Holland, famous for Fright Night from '85. And, yeah, this is another masterpiece from him. You can check out Tom Holland's Terror Time that he does on his website, or you can follow him on Facebook and Twitter, and he posts all that stuff on there as well. Show him some love. I think he's got some new projects coming around the corner. May have something set up with that, so be on the lookout.
What's that?
With Tom Holland, because I did talk to him right before he's about to shoot a film, so I was hoping to get some insight from him about that.
Well, I was hoping he would come on and talk about the three-way he had with the bat creature from Fright Night and Chucky, where he had like a three-way with, and then
there was a puppeteer,
right? And then Norman Bates was there from Psycho 2 that he directed, masturbating, and I wanted to hear about that.
He's looking through the peephole.
And Tom, thanks for never adding me on Facebook too, you old prick. Anyway, no, it's true. He's an old prick because he's added like everybody I know except me because he's a cocksucker. But anyway, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You get a lot of love from me as I've sold your Fright Night Blu-rays on eBay.
I would never sell Fright Night back.
No, I've got them. I kept them because Chris Sarandon's on them. He wasn't a douche.
Yeah, Chris Sarandon is very nice. If you guys get a chance to go to a convention, whether he's promoting Fright Night or, he promotes all that stuff. Usually he's been doing Fright Night stuff, but he has the slicks of, the Child's Play, so ask him about that, the role in this film.
And for now, at Tom Holland's table, for $100, you can actually get a shot of Chucky fucking Tom, which is a rare photo, but he will sign it and put, "I took Chucky's plastic meat."
It's actually him getting blown by Chucky. He's just standing up, nude.
Right, he likes little boy dolls. He's into little boy dolls.
The doll's just hanging off of his PV like a door knocker.
He's a serial killer, toddler toy pedophile, whatever that is.
It's a lot of things at once.
It is.
Which actually, Chucky gets his name, the Charles Lee Ray name, came from Charles Manson, Lee Harvey Oswald, and the guy that shot.
That would have been a good name for
King.
You on the show. If you'd not used Corey Gorka, you could have just said you're Corey Lee Ray.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like that. Charles Lee Ray has a nice sound. It does sound like a fucking serial killer.
You can use Corey Manson, my old vampire. What is it? VampireFreaks.com.
Well, I wanted to tell everybody.
Actually, it's my AOL Messenger name was Corey Manson. It wasn't. I was kidding, but it's my goth night name.
If I was going to use a name, and this is disturbing.
Here we go. It's Hammer Smash FaceTime.
Well, if anybody wants to hear this, I've got a cool thing to tell them in a minute.
This film's very effective how they hide the doll, but he's coming. It's just cool how they build it up.
Tom Holland was coming too, shooting this.
He was shooting and shooting. Hammer Smash FaceTime. Hopefully somebody... Oh yeah. That's Friday the 13th style right there. Fly out that fucking window. Taking out the trash. Chicago style. Very nice. It's a good death. Plummets all the way to a fucking truck bed. So, man, she caved that truck the fuck in. Was that her own truck?
Yes.
That's even more fun. You know, she didn't even do any property damage except for what's her name's window.
The name I wanted Corey to go by. I wanted Corey to go by on the show was Otis Toole. Now let me tell you who Otis Toole was, because this horrified me. This is just real quick. As a kid, and I've talked about this before, but every time around this time I start thinking about this. Otis Toole was the man that killed the little boy Adam Walsh that was 6 years old. He fucked him in the butt and decapitated him.
Damn.
Which is disgusting.
I think you mentioned this before.
I did, and I'm bringing it up again because I thought Otis Toole would be a sick-ass name for either a band member or something else, because it's depraved.
Yeah. It's a little much.
It is. But it kind of goes along with my theme today of taking a onesie off and
I think this
and either fucking or getting fucked or decapitated or
this
or
is interesting in the film because, and of course there's Chris Sarandon again. You saw in the beginning. He's gonna just like in Fright Night, Chris Sarandon invites himself into your mom's home so he can fuck your mother. That's what he likes to do.
He does like to do that.
He likes to invite himself into your home and fuck your mother.
He does. It's exciting for him. It means a lot.
It'd be cool if he's still kind of Jerry Dandridge in this film. Like he's, you know, he's a cop, but he's also a vampire, and he's gonna fuck Andy's mom. But I thought the dynamic was cool that they added in, you know, blaming it on Andy kind of thing, where it's like a child killer.
There it is again, Tom Holland rock starring me. I just did it live on What Now just got rock starred again by this prick. What an asshole. Anyway, nothing makes you feel better than getting shit on.
It's actually Tomas Hollander. It's his real name. And he's from Denmark.
Yeah, and for everybody that listens to the interview at the end of this, I just want to say that from the bottom of my heart, if you are from Europe and you were one of the people that corrected our pronunciation on the first time we interviewed you, you can fucking die in a car accident. I hope you get fucking mutilated and die. Anyway, for correcting us. You don't correct me. You can correct somebody else. You don't correct either one of us on this page. If you don't like it, then turn it off.
I mean, you can, but
you're just going to hear my wrath, so
I don't care.
I don't recommend it. I don't recommend listening to my wrath, but that was just real quick. But anyway, so happy holidays.
Alright, some releases here I was wanting to talk about here. Well, it said male catchers, but it says MLB catchers. That's not what I was looking for here.
Well, I mean, the male catchers goes along with this episode, because the deleted scenes of this, just real quick, were what's his name again?
Tom Holland?
No, not Tom Holland. The little boy,
Andy.
So Andy, there is a scene where Andy and Chucky pleasure each other in this.
That's called Cuckold's Play.
Well, no, it's called 69 with a doll, but it's and Andy likes to eat out Chucky's horny plastic butthole and his horny plastic sack since it's empty.
And it's filled with Play-Doh.
Yeah, and then Chucky fills it full of dishwashing soap to give him a fucking hot finisher.
No, this is the part where Chucky's in his chair. He's watching him whack it.
Yeah,
under his sheets.
Because Andy's favorite thing to do in this film is to come in his onesie.
Well, he wears the same fucking clothes every day. He wears like
He has a premature ejac in this. Because he doesn't know what Chucky's doing to him when Chucky's filling his top bottom with his serial killer doll cock. So, you know, that's the whole point of this. And, you know, there's a lot of scenes in this. Chris Sarandon was not comfortable doing adultery with anyone in this film. So Tom Holland stood in with a black wig and did it. Tom Holland's dress. He was
a rainbow clown fro. The bright green, neon green doink fro.
Yeah,
Which makes it all that more tasteless.
Tom doubled as Chris Sarandon in this because Chris Sarandon was not a pedophile.
Chris Sarandon wouldn't double over for plastic meat.
Correct. But now, there is a scene, and we'll never see it because it's on the director's cut floor, of a bukkake party that Andy and Chucky had. Of course, Chucky was having to use dishwashing soap that he ingested in his butt.
He's gone.
Right. And Andy had his first cum load. And what they did was they had a bukkake party on Tom Holland's face because he's so nice. It's the director's bukkake.
It's called Sprite Night.
I was just going to crotch play. But anyway, and of course Andy, like most boys that age, he does wonder sometimes. He's curious about women and stuff, but his mom's never there, so he could never really get too curious about women. He was more curious about his doll, and
he was wondering why his doll's asexual and has a Ken doll. Then and he has this meat and bag.
Well, this scene right here was very disturbing because initially his mom walks in and catches him because Chucky liked him to stay in the onesie hard and lick his plastic.
He was like, how come Chucky doesn't have beef and broccoli?
Well, no. Since Brad Dourif eventually, what he does is gets a dildo that he found in the purse of the woman that he threw out the window.
And he just sticks it
that he hammerfashed Mace. So he did that. So what he does is he lifts
sticks it on.
Well, no, Andy takes off his onesie, not Andy's onesie, but Chucky's onesie, lifts his plastic sack and dildo cock, and then licks Chucky's taint.
Still tastes brand new.
Yeah, it's that plastic doll.
Oh God,
his Ken doll taint.
His manufactured taint.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Andy also likes to look into Chucky's blue eyes when he gets fucked. He likes to bottom for him.
He's hoping he'll
in his crotchless onesie. Sometimes Chucky just gets mad and just tears the ass out of his onesie because his mom didn't realize how it had to keep purchasing onesies for him.
She thought he'd just push his ass too hard or keep shitting him and hiding him. But anyway, Broken Hope released the details for the new record, Mutilated and Assimilated, which comes out.
Do you want me to put that up?
June 23rd on Century Media, please. And it's the 7th studio album, which is crazy. And the artwork is available now. You can check it out. It looks pretty fucking awesome. If you like the Omen of Disease artwork, this is...
you can check it out on our page.
It's the second...
Is it the same artist? It looks like this.
Yeah, it has to be. I mean, it looks fucking sick. Looks like The Thing.
That was the other shirt I got. I got a Thing shirt.
You got that blue one, didn't you? It looks like the OG, the vintage cover. It's called the Classic or something.
Yeah, I got that.
Oh, it even says Wes Benscotter. I don't know how to say his name. Sorry. Wes did the cover art. I guess he did the last cover art, but it says collaborating with us to create the epic, sick, Thing-inspired album artwork. So that is what they were going for, and it worked. It looks amazing. Of course, Damien wrote a few songs on guitar for this album, which is pretty awesome. So maybe you got some Gorgasm sounding stuff on this record. Looking forward to that. And shout out to the rest of the guys in Gorgasm as well. Of course, famously for this record, Jeremy used Jeff Hanneman guitars to make this record. Don't know how much different it'll sound with that, but maybe just the influence maybe inspired him to write a little more of a...
What's the name of the record?
Thrashy edge to it. Mutilated and Assimilated. Here is the track listing. It's got 12 tracks, and you can tell where some of it comes from here. But I'm going to go ahead and read off the track titles if you're cool with it.
Please.
Track 1, it starts out with The Meek Shall Inherit Shit. Just a good way to start off an album. That's just a great song. The Bunker, Mutilated and Assimilated. So you got the title track as track 3.
Real quick, I think that the Bunker was inspired by Chucky's anus from this film because it's about his bunker.
I think most of this is actually about the Thing, this record, which is cool. This is probably tracks 4 and 5 already. And I always, when I'm looking at track listings for albums coming out, I always try and pick the ones that are going to be my favorites. And usually, if it's got a nice title, it's just a really good track. So this is track number 4, Outback Incest Clan. That's pretty fun. And then my favorite
cover art's great.
And then my favorite one is track 5, Malicious Meat Holes. That's pretty great. Track 6 is Blast Frozen. Track 7 is The Necropants. Which
Weird.
That's just sounds like a cartoon.
You know, Omen of Disease is really good.
It is really good, and the Docking Dead. It's got a lot of nasty lyrics to that record. Very gorific. It's very horror, and I loved it. This one seems more have sci-fi edge. Throw back to the Thing. The Carry On Eaters is track 8. Track 9 is Russian Sleep Experiment. You got 10 is Hell's Hand Puppets. Track 11 is Beneath Antarctic Ice. And then the final track on the record is a wordplay track on previous Broken Hope songs. So I don't know if it's... I feel like this is going to be a medley song, maybe. Or maybe it's just a wordplay on the title here. But it's called Swamped in Gorehog. So I'm assuming it's the song Swamped in Gore and the song Gorehog put together. And that would be really fucking awesome. So here's hoping to that. So yeah, you can pick that up. Century Media Records, June 23rd. Mutilated and Assimilated from Broken Hope, their 7th studio record. So there's that.
I just want to say American Satan, that movie that's coming out, looks like a fucking pile of shit foot long turd.
What is that?
Is it that one hipster fucking... I'm trashing it right now on the
Isn't
page.
it that movie that it's like I'm a metalhead and I put some songs on there? Is that what that is? You know, that was the sponsor for fucking Summer Slaughter last year, was that stupid movie.
It is again.
So that's a movie?
Yes.
I didn't know what that was. They didn't say anything about it. It's just American Satan. What's American Satan? It's American Satan.
You know, I don't even want to put it on the page at Segay. Is that okay?
Yeah, just don't even worry about it.
It just looks like a goddamn turd. It really does. It looks like a goddamn turd. Oh, and here's the thing. I wanted to say this for everybody that's listening. Thank you for liking our page, but here's the deal with that. If I send you I accept your friend request or whatever, I send you one or whatever, whatnot, we're friends, and that's cool. If I ask you to like our page and you don't like it, don't expect me to like your shitty band's page, okay? Just don't expect it. Just don't. Because I'm not going to fucking do it. It's very simple. You just click like, and then guess what? After you do that, I will go like your page. And if you can't do that, it's real fucking simple. Don't expect me to like your shitty band page or art page or whatever the fuck it is if you can't like my page. It's real simple. I think that's fair, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not being unruly. Just, it's not that hard. Just click the like button, and we're good. There's not a problem. Done. Boom. I feel good today. I'm in rare form. Can you tell?
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah. But thank you to everybody. The positive spin on it. Thank you to everybody that keeps liking the page. I'm trying every day. I try to whore myself out to get people to like our page. So
you're being a total whore.
I am. I'm trying, and but anyway, I'm trying to do that.
Also, I want to take a second. June 23rd on Relapse Records, the same day as the Broken Hope record, you can get another album from Maryland's NWA. It's called Wrong One to Fuck With. Actually, it's Dying Fetus. I'm sorry, but that... don't know what you guys are going for with the album title, but, I guess we'll take it. Maybe the album will sound really good. I don't know. There's a teaser up now for it. You can go check it out. Apparently there's a... And there goes a meth explosion here. It just blew up the entire house. Sure, we could probably find something about that explosion right there. If just a straight up demolition they did, or it looks like it was right in the city. So I don't know if they were going to blow that place up anyway. But yeah, you can look at the artwork for the new Dying Fetus coming out same day as Broken Hope's record. But this one is on Relapse Records. The artwork's actually really good. It's just a dude standing over a bludgeoned corpse, and they got a hammer in their hand or something, a sledgehammer. Reminds me kind of a Langshay, one of their records. Yeah, it's got a bonus track called Induced Terror on one of the versions of it, and you can listen to a brief teaser thing now from that, so that's cool. Also, for you Iced Earth fans, they also have a new album coming out.
Can we try to get them?
We'll get John on the show.
Oh, I would be fucking amazing.
We'll get John.
Well, I put a thing up about it on the page. And look, I know you guys probably like, oh, you're deviating from your thing. I'm not trying to do that.
Dude, Iced Earth is fucking awesome, and John Schaefer is fucking awesome. He's one of the best guitarists alive, I think. He's very underrated.
He's metal as fuck, man.
To this day,
he's never fucking changed his shit.
He's an American badass, and he's just cool. We had a really nice talk with him years ago when they were doing the what the fuck's that album called?
It's not the last one. It's the one before.
It's the one with Anthem on it.
Yeah,
it's
I can't remember. Either way, if you could get, I meant to.
We saw them.
I don't know. We're talking about this on the show, but I would love you.
But I think we should totally get them.
Well, I put a plug up for the record.
Yeah, I think it looks great. The album cover looks amazing. It's called Incorruptible. And you can pick that up June 16th from Central Media. Central Media is about to have some great stuff for you guys coming out, so be on the lookout.
Well, my thing
Broken Hope and Iced Earth is just, a week before, so definitely I'll go over the track listing here for Iced Earth's Incorruptible real quick. It says April 28th, 2 songs will be available online, the 28th and 29th of this month of April, when you're hearing this. You can listen to 2 tracks from that record, and I'll do this one really quick. There's 10 tracks on the record. Here's track 1. It's called Great Heathen Army. Already expect a nice, epic, fast track for that one to open this album up. Black Flag is track 2. Raven Wing, which will be available for your streaming ears on the 29th of April. The Veil, track 5, Seven-Headed Whore, which I love. That's a really cool track title. Iced Earth. And April 28th is when you can hear that track online, so you can get a heads up on that. No pun intended. The Relic Part 1, which is track 6, 7, Ghost Dance, Awaken the Ancestors. Brothers, Defiance, and number 10, Clear the Way, December 13th, 1862. So they always gotta, have some kind of a historic date for a track on their records, which I'm glad they kept up with that tradition. I really enjoy that. Yeah, there's a lot of different editions coming out, and they're all limited copies you can buy. They actually have a white vinyl that's 300 copies, and you can only get it in the USA from FYE, which is weird. But
nice.
If you have an FYE around you guys when this record comes out in June, definitely pick it up. Chucky has some big-ass fucking batteries.
Well, now let's talk about that. That actually, they don't work, and they fall out, and you think, oh, well, it's because, he's possessed. Well, that's true, but they're also for the dildo that he uses on Andy.
Yeah, it's like a giant,
It's a giant rotating cock, and it goes... That way it pleasures his young anus, and then
tickles his uvula.
Correct. And then when he takes it out...
Goes all the way to his uvula.
When he takes it out... Because a lot of people thought in a couple of edited scenes that Chucky had been eating chocolate, but it was actually where he had
it was actually Andy Bum Bum.
Yeah, he went ass to mouth with Andy's chocolate from his butthole.
Oh God! Well, she's checking the buns right here now. Oh yeah, cool.
That was just now.
Well, thanks, Broken Hope. Assume that's Jeremy that does all the. What is it? That runs the social media of the pages for Broken Up. I don't know. Whoever it is, thank you guys for the support. And I've talked to Jeremy a few times, and
we talked about him getting on the show, and we'll definitely have him on for you guys. Probably, around June, whenever the record's about to drop. So be on the lookout for that.
Maybe
as well.
May, because we don't have anything going on in May.
Yeah, we only have everything in May.
I'm real excited to tell you guys about this. Now, this would be a good plug for this right now, if it's okay with me doing this real quick.
Sure.
We have Alex and another repeat offender, Alex from Crisian's, coming back on. We're going to be recording that tomorrow. And what's awesome about it for me, this is kind of a double whammy. So tomorrow, one of my favorite death metal bands, one of Corey's favorite death metal bands, we've got Alex coming back on, repeat offender, and he's bringing Max with him, the drummer. And it's also on the day that Peter Steele died. We're doing the interview.
Wow, really?
Yes.
This week?
Tomorrow.
Wow.
So, 7 years ago, I lost one of my heroes, Peter Steele from Typo Negative.
It's crazy.
And Carnivore. And so it is something positive tomorrow.
New York
for that.
brethren.
Something positive for that tomorrow. It's sad that he passed away, but we got the Crisian guys stopping by to kind of make that a little bit better for me, because it's usually I get really drunk and I don't leave the house on the 14th. And then later in the month, obviously, or next month when Dio died. But that's a story for another time. And I want to also just take a second. This is
Chucky's full-blown.
Very important to tell you guys this. And although, quite frankly, the fan photos are very offensive to me, I think this is really fucking gay.
The fuck is that?
Anyway, my Blu-ray release for the month of April is the Phantasm box set. Just buy it. I'm not going to review it. Corey's going to do an unboxing for us with his, and we got that coming up. That's going to be on YouTube, I'd say, really soon. And then because his is actually sitting in a mail carrier right now, so it's coming up. You're going to have that, and
kick him in the nuts and go see if I can shake him down for it, because I think the
I just
mail
don't.
guy should be here.
They just ruin stuff for me. It's like I don't want to see people.
Oh, they're just like,
I'm glad they bought it, but I don't need to see that.
They're trying to get noticed on it. It's fine,
Oh, cool. There's them buying it at Best Buy. I'm putting that up.
Yeah. Oh, I said this. I think it was on the. I don't know if it was on the Wino or the Henry of God Dethroned episode we did, but I was talking about how Don Coscarelli actually had an unboxing of it because they sent him a copy.
I think that's what this is,
and it was really cool.
Well, no, this is him going into Best Buy to buy it.
I think he goes in. I think that's beforehand, because I don't think anyone's. I think he actually bought his own movies.
That's awesome.
Pretty sure he did. I mean, hey, you give yourself some money, yeah, it's pretty cool. He does a very awesome unboxing of it, where he sheds a lot of light on a lot of the things, a lot of stuff he didn't know, was even still around or made up, saw the light of day, or that ever would. So, if that made any sense, what I just said.
I didn't understand it.
It's like, I hit the...
But it sounded
rewind
good. That's
button.
all that matters. Yeah. It sounds good.
Yeah, I guess. But there's a lot of insight on that unboxing, where he remembers stuff that he didn't even remember until he started looking at the box set, and all the extra features that they put on there and all this stuff. The making of, which I did a comparison from the specs of the Blu-rays to the DVDs I currently have, and they're very different. There's a lot of stuff ported. Like, the only stuff that's really ported is the old commentaries and the TV spots and the trailers and the behind-the-scenes features. Everything else on those Blu-rays are like brand new. There's making of featurettes on all of them. There's brand new commentaries on all of them. And there's a couple other things on each of them. There's a lot of featurettes. There's a bonus disc. And there's an appendium, which is it's a 127-page booklet. Very cool. You can tell I'm such a nerd about buying this. I remembered all this shit. Just, I don't have anything in front of me here. I'm just so excited to get this box set. Hopefully it shows up here very soon. I should be getting it today, though, so. And Tootie is loving this movie. He is asleep right now, if you can hear him snoring here. Look at him.
That's funny.
He's Tootie Bear. He's had a long day of being on the couch before he passed out. Well, he stays up and watches cartoons all morning till I get home. Then he gets to take he dumps a gallon of urine and goes to sleep. It's like pissed his soul out of his hoo-hoo. And now the fuck's her name? Is it Karen? No, Catherine Hicks or whatever, her character in this film, Karen. She is trying to find, she's looking at that hobo dude that sold her the doll. Which, trying to find out. Oh, shit.
You just gotta love when Facebook shits the bed when I'm trying to fucking work on something.
It was supposed to be that Eddie Caputo or Neil Guintoli. I don't know who that is. Oh, the peddler is Juan Ramirez. No, he's in other stuff.
Yeah, that guy's weird looking. He kind of looks like what's his name from fucking Breakfast Club in this.
He does.
I'm drawing.
Judd Nelson.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, Judd Nelson.
He could be Judd Nelson stunt double.
Juan Ramirez is the peddler. Yeah, Chris Sarandon just fucking need him in his little fucking magic beans, his little Pintos. So now they're finding out about the doll and all that, and where the origins of the doll. And slowly they'll find out it's got the spirit of Charles Lee Ray inside of it, the infamous Chicago serial killer. Which I don't know if this... I mean, obviously this movie's supposed to be in Chicago, but don't know if it is or not. That's a funny picture.
It's depressing is what it is. It makes me feel like I'm fucking...
The man who partners with Eddie Caputo. That's Neil's character. So I don't think we've seen him yet. So I'm going to go check if that fucking mailman's here.
You want me to keep running it?
Yeah. Really
I got it. Y'all ready? I'm going to keep running
really
here.
fast. This is going to be like 5 seconds. I'll probably be like, well, I'm getting to it. Be like, just grab my fucking box. I know it's in there. If it was an $80 item, then I don't want it left in these fucking mailboxes here. I'd rather just have it now.
Chris Sarandon is now hunting, is what he's doing. He looks like he's hunting down people, which is cool.
He'd rather have...
This really sucks. I'm trying to find a good photo to put this up on the...
mom pussy instead.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, Child's Play, I remember seeing it at the theater, and, it was one of those things where it was like I wasn't really planning on going to the theater to see it, but I did, and ended up having a really good time. Just really, any of the horror movies from the 80s were always really special to me. I think they always will remain that way just because I was really young and, it was my first experience to it. Of course, later, because my mom was a big Hitchcock fan, I got exposed to all that. And of course, Vincent Price I discovered on my own and through my uncle. And, of course, the Chris Lee and the Hammer Horror stuff, Peter Cushing. Which I'm more of a Peter Cushing guy than I am a Chris Lee guy. So, very exciting. Anyway, sorry, some dead air there. Chris Sarandon's about to get attacked by Chucky as he's driving his car, using a cigarette lighter and lighting up his cigarette as Chucky now takes, looks like jumper cables to his neck. Hilarious scene though, because Chris Sarandon just does not know what's going on. He just fucking nailed a goddamn mailbox like when you do. Now Chucky's trying to stab him and fillet him with a goddamn butcher knife as he drives. I always thought this scene was really entertaining as a kid because it was just like Jesus, you know, and how Tom Holland did a good job shooting all this. So, pretty exciting stuff. I always dug that.
No, he's not even fucking here yet. So.
Well, that's fucking gay. Anyway, no Phantasm box yet.
It's like my package is like the weight of his fucking little truck, and he can't drive fast enough.
I love how people have pictures of stuff and they won't let you use it on goddamn Facebook because they've got everything fucking...
Watermark.
Could not post a timeline. This message could not be posted to the timeline.
What is it?
I was trying to post some stuff that I, wanted to post, and I can't. It's pissing me off. If it's a goddamn public photo, why can't I fucking use it? Is my whole thing.
Where are we at in the film right now?
Chucky trying to stab Chris Sarandon while he's driving. Now the car's wrecked and the car's upside down and he's hanging out.
Perfect.
So I wonder if every goddamn thing on here is privacy protected. Because if it is, it's going to really piss me off. It's just really annoying. Corey's having a goddamn business meeting lunch here. I don't know what's up, but that's funny.
Shit. Okay.
I'm trying to put something on the page is what I'm doing. Really I just got copy protected by something I was using.
What do you mean?
A photo.
What do you mean?
Like, even though I'm on just a generic Wikipedia page, it fucking something was copywritten in the photo where I couldn't post it.
Oh. Tuna, thanks for farting while I'm about to put this in my mouth. Real nice. Smells like human shit. Thanks a lot. So those weird, yoga figures. What the hell is this shit? Am I food that smells like a fart, or did he actually fart? Or did you fart?
No, I did not.
This is a voodoo fuck den. And there's the amulet used by Charles Lee Ray to perform the soul transfer, if you will. And if I'm not mistaken, those drawings are of Charles Lee Ray praying to a voodoo god of some sort. Well, thank you, mighty Dambala, for life after death.
You want to tell everybody what you're eating there?
I'm eating an egg roll.
Sounds like you stepped off for some takeout.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought I had my box set by now, so I can sit there, eat some grub, enjoy the box set.
Do you really, and I will, do you want me to come by tonight?
Yeah.
No, I've said I was going to forever.
Yeah.
I've been dying for one of those goddamn sandwiches.
I'll be there.
I don't know who would... Or is this a bad... Wait, is this a bad night? No, this is just... Okay.
Every night's a bad night.
Well.
That's okay. Be out of there soon. Nice.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
There's nothing wrong with typo negative, man. That's New York shit. Never had a problem with that band. And I really like Carnivore, so. Let me see.
Anyway, is that Tony Todd? No.
No, I always
It's a
thought
Tony
it
Todd
was.
stunt double.
I always thought it was, but it's not.
Well, I have a favor to ask you.
Yeah.
Would you tell everybody about the Metal Sucks thing? Because or is that what it was? Yeah. Blabbermouth, excuse me. Sorry. Metal Sucks, I mean, whatever. And it was one of the webzine things. Do you mind telling everybody about that a little bit? Because I'm actually curious, because I don't know shit about what really happened with that either.
Man, this part's actually really funny. We'll get some audio real fast.
Time you spend in that body, more human you become.
You mean I have to live out the rest of my life in this body? No fucking way! You got me into this, you get me out.
I can't do that, Chucky.
Why not?
Because you're an abomination. An outrage against nature. You perverted everything I've taught you and used it for evil. And you have to be stopped.
You know, I thought something like this might happen. That's why I prepared for it.
What are you talking about?
Your own personal mojo, Doc.
Give me that.
Sure, how do you want it? Broken leg? Shouldn't tell your customers
awesome.
where you hide things like this, John.
Yeah, that's
Get in trouble
Neil
every time. Now how do I get out of
Gintoli.
this spot?
Now, see, as a little kid...
It is a Chicagoan.
Yeah?
Okay.
Tell me you died, John. Your choice.
No, I'm telling you. You have to transfer the soul out of the jar.
Every time Facebook takes a shit when I'm trying to use it.
You mean the first person I let
He was
know
Jigger
about
in
alive?
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, okay.
I don't
Never could
believe
get into
it.
that movie.
I just don't believe
It's long.
I would rather Tooties rip my sack off and eat it as a snack than watch that film. And I'll tell you why, because I knew all these people that would be like, I'm an intellectual because I watched Shawshank Redemption and that movie with Billy Bob Thornton where he's a tard. He's like, that movie fucking good, man. That fucking flame blade, I can get drunk, not flame blade. It's like, really, I'd rather go fucking Running with Knives than watch that fucking movie.
This film's interesting. I really like the voodoo stuff in it. It's different, you know. It's not just a doll with no explanation killing people, and he even does the voodoo doll thing, and it works. It's just cool. You know?
Brad Dourif's also in one of my favorite films. My favorite role is his role in in Blue Velvet.
Yeah. I like him in Exorcist 3, too.
Oh, yeah, which we did. We need to do the other version sometime.
I agree. We did the director's cut version.
Now, when we did that, had he passed away yet?
Yeah, that was right when he did.
That was a nice tribute we did,
yeah.
you know, and it just happened all right there.
Yeah, because we did the forward in the beginning of it.
Oh, yeah.
That was the Napalm Death episode. Shout out to Shane and Thorny. Still appreciate you doing that. Had fun.
His heart is almost human.
I've got a little surprise for everybody if I can find it. I'm going to give you a sample of Chucky, of Brad Dourif, in my favorite film.
From Blue Velvet?
Yes.
Okay, so at this point, Andy is already in some kind of a boarding school because they think he's a serial killer. Which is funny, he's just locked up because they don't know what to do. Of course, you don't suspect his own doll of killing people because he's actually a serial killer, but... I don't know of course, Jack Colvin there. That's Dr. Ardmore.
I found it, I think. By the way, a lot of people think that I am Dennis Hopper in that film. I've been told that by several people. I'm going to give you guys some audio from this as soon as I can find it. I've got it, it just won't play.
And Jack Colvin was in The Incredible Hulk Returns, so is Jack McGee.
From 88. I want you to meet a friend of mine. Hey, Raymond, you get enough beer for Ben, too.
And of course, that is the voice of Dennis Hopper.
Heineken? Fuck that shit! Pabst Blue Ribbon! Hey, I brought some friends, brought some beer. Some fine surprise and you brought your friend. Fuck. You want some beer?
Do you remember watching this? You and I watched it one night together.
David Lynch film.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Yeah, that's good.
Darling, could you bring some glasses? And we'll have a beer with Frank.
You said I was Frank.
Well, no, you're...
Yeah, him.
Yeah, him.
Yeah, you said I was Frank.
And that's Ben.
That's Ben?
Yeah, you're Ben.
Which one's Frank?
Dennis Hopper.
Fucking good. I'm real fucking good. Here today.
There's Brad Dourif.
He's like a henchman. Like a...
One thing I can't fucking stand is warm beer makes me fucking puke. Alright, darling, where's the glasses? Here, Frank, here come the glasses.
That is me, because
here are the glasses.
Christ would drink fucking
Raymond, where's the fucking beer, man?
And so I'd have to be like, darling, where's the glasses?
You want me to pour it? No, I want you to fuck it! She just pour the fucking beer!
Jens is Brad Dourif in this.
Yeah.
God, this pupp's so funny.
Let's drink up. Here's to your health. Oh, shit, let's drink to something else. Let's drink to fucking. Yeah, say, here's to your fuck, Frank. If you like, Frank. Here's to your fuck. Cheers.
That's me. Here's to your fuck.
Cheers. Wow, suave. You are so fucking suave. Hey, we love Ben. We love Ben. Here's the Ben. The Ben. Fuck, neighbor. Here's to Ben. Here's to Ben. Be polite.
Of course, Ben is Dean Stockwell.
Here's to Ben. See? That Ben? You can make him do anything I please.
Fast forward just a little bit here.
Those trucks, lady, was fucking beautiful. Candy-colored clouds.
Oh, God. There goes Jack Colvin. Turned him into a fucking microwave meal. Turned him into a baked potato. Dean Stockwell's also in The Langoliers, which is another good Tom Holland film.
Quantum Leap, which I love.
Yeah, Quantum Leap. It's also in the Dunwich Horror.
If you guys have never seen this, Dennis Hopper, hands down his best performance ever.
That's great.
And I just want to play one more clip of him in this.
Even better than Texas 2.
Oh, God, yeah, buries it.
That was a joke.
What the hell?
I feel better. Hey! I have something for you. Would you excuse us all for a moment?
There's one more part of this that's fucking funny. Here's to Ben. Anyway, I can't even find it, but great movie. Best David Lynch film, hands down, and yeah, I am Frank. I love that. He's just like, here's to your health, Frank. He's like, no, let's drink something else. Here's to fucking. Say, here's to your fuck, Frank. It's fucking, it's fucking amazing. Anyway, yeah. And amazingly, Andy is not in a onesie right now. He is in the little kid jacket. Did you have the little kid jacket?
Yeah.
The warmy jacket, keep you warm. Those are always good. Those are nice memories.
And the mittens.
I'd always have a figure in one pocket and like candy in the other. Sweet tarts in one pocket.
You know
and
better as a
in the
fellow
other.
northerner, even if it's like it is outside here now. Up north, you need to wear your huggy jacket.
You gotta have it.
And your mittens.
Gotta have it.
I always had the ones with the midgets.
One of these.
The mittens attached to it, so you can just like.
Did you have it where it's this kind of hand though,
the whole
or did you?
thing.
Yeah.
It was like
a goddamn alien.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you ever see if that shit was going to be playing down here in Florida? The alien thing that we talked about the other day.
On it. It's supposed to just pop up on that fucking website.
If you guys can find it, shoot us a line about it.
They haven't put it up yet. It's supposed to be on that website, and they still haven't put it up. They're just like, here's a list of theaters that's not there yet. So you're supposed to be able to go to Alien Day and then look at it says worldwide screening event, and then it just says coming soon on it. It says check locations for screenings of the original 1979 Alien, attend to get an exclusive sneak peek of Covenant, and to receive a one-of-a-kind commemorative item. Which, I don't care about anything but a fucking poster. So, if you can just give me a poster, that'd be cool.
That's the only commemorative item you're interested in.
Yeah, I don't...
See, I
don't want a Wayland.
I think that's very unselfish of you. What I want is like some props from the original film. So I'll let you have the poster, and I'll take the props from Ridley Scott.
You won't get it though.
No, I know. It was still a fun joke. Is this real?
See, other than that, I mean. Oh, and here we go. Now, Chucky's going to take Andy to the toy store so he can steal his body and be a young boy, so he can finally come again.
Yeah, because Chucky likes to come, even though there's nothing that comes out except dishwashing soap, if he can find it. So always, if Chucky's in your house, always hide the Dawn, because he uses that as his jig when he masturbates or fucks. It should also be pointed out, if there's some perverts out there, unlike myself or Corey, that are not, Chucky is also uncircumcised. He has an uncircumcised doll cock. But he because it's tiny, because he's a little boy doll, he fucking hooks the dildo on like an attachment. That way he's hung when he fucks. It looks like he's about to fuck Andy right here, honestly. And is it just me, or does it look like Chucky has genital warts on his fucking face? Right there.
God.
I think it's a burn, but it actually looks like genital.
herpes.
Yeah, he's got fucking herpes. He got the herp from somebody.
Fuck the dirty voodoo doll. It's from that babysitter. She had a herpy coochie.
I love the way they did this. This thing is just—it's actually really cool. Him running around with that butcher knife's about worse than Mike Myers with a goddamn butcher knife.
Yeah, 'cause he's, can get you at the ankles so you can't even see him. Hide under a couch. Or he could be like Chris Sarandon and have the gun ankle here. He's fucking Dirty Harry in this movie, apparently.
Where's my goddamn motherfucker? Where is that? This phone did a fucking update today, and it's got me all to shit. I can't find my fucking... I don't even have a text option on here. Well, where the hell is it?
Phil will be proud of me. I'm now friends with Sky Elabar, that's from the Greasy Strangler, so that's funny.
That is awesome.
He popped up on my suggested friends, so I was like, alright.
Where the hell are my texts at? God damn it. Anyway, I'm sure you guys have ever had to deal with this. Your fucking phone doing weird shit or updating stuff. It just chaps my butt.
Well, and there he goes. He's fucking Andy's mom. He's trying to. I love this. They put him in the furnace. We got some audio here. This is pretty fun.
Can I show you something? It's not anything. I just want you to read this. Can you do this? I'm busy.
What is it?
Read the last two.
So yours is in, hers is in blue? Oh, it's yours in blue. The writing.
I'm in white.
Okay.
We're friends to the end, remember? This is being friends.
What?
Jesus.
That's fucking awesome, isn't it?
That's me right now. I'm Chucky on fire. My eyes caught on fire.
It's fucking cool, man.
Doctor's showing me his nasty messages.
It's fucking funny.
And this is live audio of Corey Gorechrist on the FANTASM Podcast.
That's funny.
Oh, my baby.
And now he's a peanut butter cookie. You know what? They should have just said, "Hey, come pick your package up at the post office after work," instead of, "Hey, you have to wait 6 months for it to get here," or watch the mailman pass you on the way out.
It's driving you crazy, isn't it?
It pisses me off. I would have had it by now if they're just. I should have just told them that, hey, when you get it in today, don't give it to this stupid mail carrier that takes 12 months. So it's a different fucking asswipe every day that delivers my fucking mail, which I don't appreciate. You're supposed to have one fucking mail person until the other one retires or blows his head off, one of the two. Well, that's a nice trip. Yeah, this part's hysterical. It's actually pretty fucking creepy. The melted Chucky face. This part's pretty awesome. They need to make a t-shirt of that, and I would buy it. That's pretty fucking scary. For some reason, I thought in this scene, whenever he tripped him, all that was left was the bottom half of the
Is Chris Sarandon dead?
No.
You know, I didn't realize this is like a Christmas movie.
It does feel like one, doesn't it?
Well, no, it's Christmas time. Remember?
It is?
Yeah.
Well, I know it's winter.
No, it's Christmas time because there's all that Christmas shit at her. If it's not, it's close to. It's December, definitely.
Yeah. Oh.
It looks like this was in New York, too.
It's in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Which is even colder than New York. So. Have fun with that, Chicagoans. Hey, he looks fucking gnarly. I think it's cool. They should make a Chucky doll, which I'm sure somebody has. It's
a toy?
Yeah, it's burnt to a crisp, battle damaged Chucky. That shit's fucking nasty.
It really is.
It's kind of like Tarman or something. I think it's cool. There you go. He's still going. That's funny. That's the part I was thinking of. I thought whenever Andy gets tripped by him, I thought that all that was left was the bottom half. And that's this part I mixed it up with. Gets shot to bits here. This is like Terminator style right here.
Where's Chris Sarandon?
I think he swoops in and saves the day, or he's being a pussy. I don't know. I don't remember what happens to him.
Do you know what's neat about this movie? It's not scary at all, but it's eerie.
Yeah, it's kind of freaky deaky. My mom hated it. She thought it was the scariest thing on the planet.
Really?
I guess if you're afraid of dolls, I'm not.
Well, maybe she'd be afraid of a dog getting a hold of you like that too.
Yeah,
you know. So
I guess for a parent thing. But she didn't care that I watched it. She would just not watch this movie. And this movie, when I was growing up was always on, like all the time. So I'd watch the shit out of this. There he is. I got shot near the fucking nutsack, so I wouldn't go anywhere either. Oh hell!
Yeah, I got a cop out here. Multiple stab wounds with the Brewster Apartments on North Grand Street. Make it fast. All right, they're gonna be here in 10 minutes. Now tell me what happened. The kid was right. The doll's alive. He almost got the three of us. Come on, what are you talking about? You don't believe me? All right, well, go on. Check it out in the hall.
There's nothing in the hall.
But don't touch it. You understand me? Don't you touch it.
doesn't he go into that cop?
Huh?
Doesn't he go into that cop right here? I'm pretty sure that's what he does. He goes into this cop. Brad Dourif does.
I don't remember. He said not to touch it, but of course, you know. So that's Jack Santos, I believe. It's Tommy Swerdlow when she was in Howard the Duck. And Cool Runnings, which I loved as a kid.
Okay, man. I'd like you to take a look at this thing, okay? Because there's no way this thing is alive. But I told you not to touch it. Mike, will you be sensible? Come on, look. It's dead as they come. It's dead.
There he goes. Oh, that's weird.
You need a burnt Chucky skull in your house.
That guy wrote the screenplay. The guy getting choked out here. He wrote the screenplay for Bushwhacked, which I love. It's a Boy Scout movie with Daniel Stern in it, where Daniel Stern plays like a crook that's on the run from. He's pretty much framed for something that he didn't do, but he's on the run and he disguises himself as a. That's nasty. He disguises himself as a Boy Scout. Scoutmaster, and takes these little scouts on a trip and hijacks them. I always thought Chucky was going to give the finger there, and he never did.
Oh, go.
I'm Chucky.
Whoa.
Come on out.
It's gnarly.
That's the creepiest part of the movie, is that. So yeah, that guy right there wrote the screenplay for that, as well as The Little Giants, which is a Rick Moranis, Ed O'Neill film, and he was in and wrote Cool Runnings and Snow Dogs as well. Tommy Swerdlow, so that's pretty cool.
Here we go.
But if you guys were kids and you haven't seen Bushwhack, this is just a great comedy movie. It's very funny. And this movie is chock full of nostalgia for me, as I said, because it was on so much as a kid for me. And the whole thing at the beginning where he prepares breakfast so horribly. It's just fun. This movie is great. It's just good. It brings back a lot of good memories as well, watching this again. And the print looks great.
What'd you think?
I actually let the audio on for a good bit. It was cool. Well, it's good. It's
What'd you think?
Child's Play is one of the greats. I mean, as far as slasher, even whatever you'd call it, suspense. I don't know. It's definitely a horror movie. It's almost a creature feature.
Definitely.
It's Tom Holland.
Kind of a Jason, Mike Myers thing though, because seemed like he's like a classic with all that stuff.
It was almost 90s, so I mean, he was like the next thing, because you had Leatherface in the 70s along with Michael Myers, and then you brought in Jason and Freddy Krueger, and then next comes Chucky. So, he was kind of the next big thing, and it's just a really good movie, and it's timeless. It's a fun watch, definitely.
You kill it,
still
get
is.
it out.
Let me see. I'm gonna pull up one more thing here. No.
God, the reverse art on that is sick. Look at that. That's the actual theatrical poster.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. I don't know why you don't have that on there.
I just never got it. I just opened it.
Oh, really? To play it on here?
Yeah.
Nice.
I have like to put things on the ball. What the hell?
I'm not used to this new menu thing. Of course, Howard Berger did the...
Gotta love him.
Yeah, did the...
Candy Effects kids. Yep. They've done everything, just about.
He did... Supervision was part of the Chucky crew. That created him. I guess multiple parts of him. I'm trying to pull up something here. Just bear with me here. But yeah, Scream Factory, of course, does another fantastic job on all this stuff. It's David Kirshner is who created the Chucky doll and the look of it, which he did all the dolls up until Curse of Chucky. David Kirshner is also famous for writing an American Tail cartoon and Fievel movies. Fievel Goes West. Wrote the story for Hocus Pocus. Also screenplay for The Page Master. So this guy is actually the guy that created the Chucky doll, David Kirshner. Actually did a lot of really good children's animated films back in the day. So
really?
It's pretty crazy that he created Chucky out of that. Which, the Child's Play films were in the middle of all these films coming out. It's kind of one after the other. Yeah, he's done all the, he's executive produced all the Chuckies. Apparently Cult of Chucky is the next Chucky film in line, the next Child's Play.
When's that come out?
It says October 20th.
It's probably straight to video.
Yeah.
It's fine, I'll buy it. The last one was great. Did you see it?
No.
It's great. It's his daughter.
Yeah.
Brad Dourif's daughter's taking over the role.
That's who's in this one. And Jennifer Tilly's still in it. Brad Dourif's still the voice of Chucky. Alex Vincent's returning. So that's pretty cool.
It is fucking cool, man. I like all that shit. I like those movies. They're fucking good. But...
And Don Mancini is directing it, who I think has done all the Child's Plays, or wrote them all. He's wrote all these movies, and he's writing the new one, so I mean, why wouldn't you watch it? I mean, if it's the writers continuing the stuff on, I mean...
I like Child's Play, though. I think it's good. It holds up. It's the first one's definitely the best one. But they're fun. All of them are pretty fun. I don't know if it's Bride of Chucky or Seed of Chucky. One of those has really grown on me. I can't remember which one it is. Maybe Seed of Chucky. I just really like that movie. I don't know why.
This one, as a kid, I don't remember that.
It's goddamn hilarious. But anyway, we've got Cut Up coming up, and hope you guys enjoyed that. And those guys were cool, and
we had a lot of fun with this episode. It was
pretty silly.
The interview was hysterical. You guys have no idea the madness that is about to ensue.
It's pretty funny.
You can pick up Wherever They May Rot now from Cut Up on Metal Blade Records. It is available.
As I cough to death.
And rest in peace, Dr. West. He is, as we speak, dying on air.
Apparently. Can't get better.
So yeah, you can get Cough Up's new record. wherever they
Dr.
may,
West,
wherever they may choke.
To death. No, it's Dr. West, Coffee to Death.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so pick that up, and we will bring you that now. And as always, from me and the Doctor, stay fucking gory. Corey Gorechrist here, Dr. Vincent West on the Phantasm Podcast. We have our first repeat offender with us today. And we also have Anders on and the guys are in Cut Up. They have a new album out, Wherever They May Rot, that came out March 24th on Metal Blade Records. Guys, it's good to have you on.
Yeah, good to be here, man.
And
yeah, I agree.
I'm saying it correctly, Anders. Tobias is known as Tobias on our show.
Yeah, we
said before.
Yeah. That caused a lot of fun there.
Yeah.
So
Anders is good, man.
Okay, awesome.
It's all good.
Well, last time we talked, Forensic Nightmares was still pretty fresh, and we still jam out to that record too. We haven't forgotten about it. And last time you were about to do some shows, so it's been almost a year. So talk a little bit about the festivals you did.
Well, we hope to do more festivals than we actually did last year, but that's just the way it is. I mean, the competition is quite hard nowadays with getting a slot on the festivals.
Sure.
Even though there are a lot of festivals around, at least here in Europe.
Absolutely.
It reminded us that Cut Up is still a new band and it's a new name in the scene. So
right.
It probably takes a couple of albums before people get to know the band better. So maybe the request for live shows is better. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, we did a few shows, and the response on those festivals and shows were absolutely great. So we're really happy with that, at least.
Awesome.
Yeah, man,
and then from there, after the festivals, is that when you guys went and started writing for the new record, or?
No, I think we had already begun writing for the new album at that time.
Okay.
The first couple of songs came pretty early on. I think Andreas wrote those two in, what was it, somewhere January, February last year,
right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
And that was like way back in May when we last talked, so that was a while from then. So that's crazy. It's been that long, just about.
Almost a year, yeah. And the new album, you guys want to talk a little bit about the artwork?
Anders, go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
You get the artwork question.
But the artwork, the ideas for that came about. We were discussing what style we wanted, and we were more or less. We had more or less decided that we wanted to work with Lukasz Jaszak from Poland again.
Right.
He did the artwork for Forensic Nightmares.
Love the artwork for that.
We had we tossed some ideas around, and we. I can't remember all the turns it took, but I think what we ended up with is an artwork that has kind of more like perhaps an old school feel compared to the style of the artwork on Forensic Nightmares. I enjoy them both, but I think it suits the music well, and it's it feels like we ended up with something that was a bit different, so it feels good.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot deeper. The first album cover being pretty straightforward, very gory, all that stuff.
Yeah, like a central figure,
Yeah, and this one seems like there's a lot more, you have to listen to this record to really figure out what this is about, and I really enjoyed that this time around. The artwork looks very cool. It's almost symbolic to the sound of the record, which is, I really like that. And talk a little bit about the video for Vermin Funeral. That's a pretty awesome video you guys did.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, thanks. You want to take that one, Tobias? So we can fill each other.
Not that way. It's not that kind of podcast.
Well, we recorded it during a couple of days in a basement of an industrial building.
Nice.
With no heat. Heat, just a small heat fan.
Right.
But it was nice. I mean, it's a nice environment to recording. It looks cool. It goes well with the music and so on. And there was a lot of space there to shoot the other scenes with the construction workers and so on. So
right.
Yeah, but the crew did a great job with quite a limited resources, and I think it turned out pretty good.
Awesome. And you guys recorded the actual record. You recorded that at Unisound. Is that where you guys recorded the? Or is Mix and Master Unisound? It was recorded at Big Balls Production Studio. Is that where you recorded the first one?
Yeah, it's the same studio.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then going back into that, recording with them again, you guys felt at home and everything. Or was it a little bit different for the second record?
Well, it was. The choice of studio is. First and foremost, it's the location.
Right.
It's very convenient for us to record there.
Sure.
But also, it's a good studio, and the people working there, they know what we're all about. So, and they're very, very easygoing people, and there's almost never any problems, with whatever.
Right.
It's a good environment to record in.
Good. That's awesome.
Did it take a long time for you to record the new record as opposed to the first one?
Didn't it take about the same time, more or less, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Roughly.
Roughly, like real working days, so to speak, or recording days.
Right.
That's probably the same.
Okay.
Maybe between 2 weeks and 20 days. No, not that much. 2 weeks tops.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Probably. Yeah.
Not bad.
But the recording sessions were spread out during a period of a month, something like that, because of we had normal jobs and so on.
Right.
So it had to fit the everyday life schedule as well.
Right. Well, it's cool. It's the new record is definitely. I don't know. It's different than the first record. I don't really know how to put my. I like both of them. The new record I haven't listened to as much as I have Forensic Nightmares, but I like it. I don't know. Forensic Nightmares grew on me really quick. I feel like the new record, you guys were kind of a different feel to it. I like it though. It's it's interesting.
Yeah, I think it. maybe I can't speak for every band, of course, but I think for at least, for me, it feels like whenever you do a follow-up to a previous album with a band, it's more or less, it feels natural that you want to do. I mean, you want to more or less evolve, and not to the point that you make it sound like a different band or whatever, but
sure.
But still, it's all about. I mean, basically, of course, when it all comes down to it, we do this for our own sake,
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I mean, we do it because we love it. And,
well, that's the beauty of it, is when other people can appreciate it,
Yeah.
And we definitely do. It's
I mean, we love to play live and all this, and love feedback from people, of course. I mean,
sure.
But I mean, yeah.
Awesome. Really like the lyrics. Is Eric does the lyrics for the record?
Eric and Andreas. I even tried the writing for this album.
No, from ear to ear.
It's just one lyric though.
From ear to ear, who primarily wrote the lyrics to that one?
Yeah, I think he writes most of the lyrics, but Andreas has done a bunch of them too. And,
okay.
You wrote some as well, Tobias, didn't you?
Yeah. I actually wrote a few lines on in the aftermath.
Oh, okay. Well, this is probably my favorite one on the record lyrically. It says, "Lost in his final humanity, a monstrous appetite begin, and necrophiliacs need to ejaculate in the dead." That's fucking awesome. It's great. It's good shit. And also, if you listeners out there, you have YouTube and you're not living under a rock and you know who Cut Up is and everything, they have a lyric video from ear to ear, I believe. So you can check that out on Metal Blade's YouTube, and also on their Facebook. You follow them on there. You should. If you don't, then you should. So yeah, that's my favorite lyric of the whole record right there. It's fucking awesome. Brutal. The way we like it over here. And then Tobias, you also did the Netherlands Death Fest. You played with God Macabre and also Niflheim. Talk briefly about that.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. There is this killer venue in Tilburg in Holland, which is called O13.
Right.
It has like two stages indoors. The main hall has a capacity of, I don't know, they expanded it now, so it's at least 2,000, I think.
Right, yeah, it looked pretty awesome. I saw the live set of it online. It looked pretty sick. Seemed like you guys had a good time.
Yeah, they have three stages altogether in that festival. It's a 3-day festival with bands from all around the world and also fans from all around the world.
Right, it's awesome.
Going there, it's always a great atmosphere there and so on, and it's a great mixture of extreme bands. It's mainly death metal, but also some black metal and grindcore.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice mix.
A little bit for everyone, I think.
Exactly.
So I recently joined as a live drummer in Niflheim.
Mm-hmm.
So I will do a few shows with them.
Awesome.
During this year, yeah.
And European shows, of course, right?
Sorry?
European shows?
Yes. A few in Sweden and in Germany, Denmark, UK.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I'll do a few shows with. So the first one I did with Niflheim was at the Netherlands Death Fest.
Right.
I played with them on Saturday. It was a great show, actually.
Yeah, you guys sounded really good.
I was a bit, I'm almost never nervous before a show because I'm usually, I've been doing this for many years and I usually know the material so good, so I'm usually not nervous. But the few minutes before the Niflheim show, I was actually a bit nervous.
Right.
Even though I had practiced a lot on the songs and I knew that I knew the songs. and I knew that they were excited to have me in the band. I was still a bit nervous, but just as soon as the first song started, I played the first hits on the cymbals.
Right.
I felt, this is going to be great. So then I just relaxed and enjoyed the show. So it was great.
I got to see some live footage of you playing. A friend of ours, been on the podcast, he had posted some footage of bands playing, so I actually got to see some of your set.
Yeah, I think there are a few different ones up on YouTube.
Now, what was the last time they had played live? I know 2007 was, I think, their last full-length record, but I don't know if they kept playing shows after or not, because I don't think I've seen them pop up really that much.
Yeah, they've done a few shows.
Okay.
They actually, we had them as special guests on the release party for Forensic Nightmares.
Nice.
Awesome, man.
Yeah, so they were actually headlining that night, but they were invited as special guests.
That's killer.
So that was in summer 2015.
Yep.
And then they played occasionally in Sweden, as far as I know.
Right.
A few shows. So, but it's not very often.
Right.
But then on Sunday I played because the festival is Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
So on Sunday I played with God Macabre, which was also a great show. I mean, we played the main hall, and even though we played like 4 in the afternoon, something like that, it was pretty packed, I'd say.
Awesome.
It was really good, and it's always nice to play those old God Macabre songs.
Sure.
I know them in my sleep, so it's it's a how do you say it? It's a downhill ride. It's easy and just so much fun. Always a great party afterwards as well, of course.
Oh yeah, man! You gotta celebrate, catch up with so many bands. You guys have played with over the years, and
exactly. Meeting a lot of friends in bands from the US that you don't see too often.
Sure.
Hung out a little bit with Leon from Impale and Nails and all those bands.
Yeah, I know Ross did like triple duty at that show. He played in...
I talked to him briefly. He played Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, he had his work cut out for him, and that was pretty interesting. I think, I know it wasn't a Netherlands Death Fest, but I know Shane did a show, I think it was in Mexico or somewhere, or somewhere in South America. He played in Brujeria, then he played in Napalm Death, and then he played...
Lockup.
Was it Lockup? Yeah, so that was crazy. Seeing the guys do that, it's pretty crazy. It's not easy, So we definitely extra respect for you guys for pulling that shit off and sounding great out there. And judging by the videos, obviously we couldn't make it out there, but it looked like a killer time. From what I've heard, you sounded great both nights, so it's pretty awesome.
Well, thanks. Yeah.
And then I'll give this one to Anders. How do you think the new record's being received right now? What's the feedback you're getting?
Well, I think it's being received well generally. I've not read every review and so on, but the ones I have read seem to be nice, and we were really excited, to see how this record will be received, and so it's it's only been out since Friday, so
right.
And I actually haven't held the physical copy in my hand yet.
Oh wow!
They're waiting for us in the rehearsal room, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it turned out. All of this, but I think it's a bit too soon to answer that question fully, but the reactions I have seen so far have been generally positive, so that makes me feel really good, that's always, of course, what you I mean, even though, like I said before, we do this mainly for ourselves, but
sure.
The of course you want to see people, like it. That's
right.
That's
an extra bonus,
Yeah, that makes us feel, slightly better, But
so if somebody wants to be a nanny poo-poo about your record, you're going to be like, well, fuck you, that's our record.
Yeah.
But, it's nice when other people are on page, they're on board with the new stuff, and it doesn't
of course,
stray away from anything. It's definitely a cut-up record, and, definitely in vein of the old Vomitory stuff that hasn't really left the table either. I think a lot of the old fans of Vomitory will still resonate definitely to this new record.
I mean, it's hard not having Vomitory resonating through music in one way or another. I mean, it's
exactly.
Two ex-members and of course 2 fans of the band as well,
right.
in me and Andreas. So in one way or another, I mean, it's inevitable that Vomitory is heard, or it's not something that makes us feel I don't even know what word to use, but it doesn't make us feel bad in any way. It's just
right.
But still, all of us in the band, I mean, we feel that Cut Up is its own thing and all this. But naturally, when you have people from a band that's been so important in the scene and all this, and then
sure.
We play similar music. There's no getting away from that. It's still death metal, it's we just want to make the best death metal we can, the kind that we like, the right kind.
Exactly. And also, not just a Vomitory fan, I'm also a Cold Worker fan, so there's a bit of Anders in there too, so that's cool, fans of that band as well, you can get a little taste of it in Cut Up as well, so you get best of both worlds and then something brand new, so it's nice.
Cheers, man. Yeah, cool.
And then, what's the future hold? You guys got some shows lined up, or?
We're in a month. We're going to a place up north in Sweden, not as far north as you can go, but still pretty far north for us. So that'll be the first gig in a while. So all of us are looking forward to that, and I think it's going to be cool. It's a club that's been around for a long time. I haven't been there, but I think Tobias knows this, but I don't think they're in the same venue that they were before, maybe, or.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure, but I know that the guys that runs the club there are great guys, and I'm pretty sure that they're promoting the shit out of it. So
that's good. That's what promoters need to do.
Yeah. And then we have a couple of more festivals coming up. We're going to play in Finland for the first time.
Oh wow!
In May, at a festival called Steel Fest.
Okay.
Which is it's a pretty nice festival. Played there once before with Vomitory. Actually, Anders has too, because he was filling in Vomitory at that time.
Yeah, but,
that's cool.
It'll be around like 2012 or 13 or something.
To going back.
Now, do you guys when you guys play at the festival stuff, do you ever get to go check out bands that you like, or?
Oh yeah. That's the fun.
That's the best part.
Well, the reason that we asked, I did. I'm not even sure who we interviewed. We interviewed somebody recently, and they were saying that they never really got a chance to go watch it was Obituary. Those guys were saying that Terry was saying that he didn't really get a chance to. He would want to, but they usually didn't have time and whatever. So it's good you guys get to watch some of the bands.
Yeah,
I think it's easier now that we're going out like for one-off festivals and all this, but maybe if it's a different situation on tour, perhaps. I mean, festivals, if you don't have to leave right after the gig, then you have the rest of the night to get drunk and watch bands.
Fuck yeah! I mean, that sounds like that would be a really good part of it. You get to play, and then you also get to go check out some of the bands, because I know the bands you guys get in Europe don't even touch the stuff we get over here. So you get way better stuff in Europe, man. The stuff over here is the festival stuff is definitely not as good.
All right, yeah.
It makes sense, it's especially now with the way
politics are here. It's hard for a lot of the, the overseas band, to come over here and play. Well, shit, even the South American bands and stuff. It's crazy.
We're under rule of a dictator, so
we got fucking
we got Lucifer running everything. And,
it's
Hitler's son's running everything in America. So
it's more than a forensic nightmare over here. It's just a goddamn nightmare.
Fucking political nightmare, but
That's Phantasm's new record, Political Nightmares.
Are you sure this conversation isn't going straightly to like the NSA or something?
You guys don't have to worry about that. We'll be the ones that go to jail. You guys are good.
They're innocent.
It's part of my whole mystery with my character. So I'll go to jail for all of us. We're good.
They'll just deport us, and then we'll all hang out.
Cool.
I'm Canadian, so they're going to get me with a double whammy, talking shit, and then I get deported too.
Now, are you guys horror fans? I don't remember if we got to that point with you, Tobias, before. But are you guys horror fans by chance? Like horror movies?
Oh, I think we talked a little bit about it last time, but not me particularly. But sure, I enjoy horror movies, but it's not like I'm crazy about it or watch it regularly.
Right.
But yeah, I enjoy it every once in a while.
Awesome.
And Anders, what about you? Are you a horror fan at all?
I'm more of a fan of horror movies.
What's one of the first ones you watched that you liked when you were a kid?
When it comes to horror movies, I don't watch that many horror movies actually. I'm usually just if there's a horror movie on TV and I'm up late, I'm the only one awake, I usually switch channel because otherwise I will be too scared to.
Oh, jeez. Well, what's one that you remember that scared the living shit out of you? Because I have a few for me.
I remember a few, when I was a kid watching TV, and just, I've seen some of them, again later, and then you just, how did this scare me? But I remember what's it called? I think it's a Stephen King movie. It's, or maybe not, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe not Stephen King, but Creep Show 2, I think.
I fucking love that movie.
Yeah, there was a scene, I remember a scene where there was what's it, like a floating
the raft.
Raft, yeah. And there's a couple of kids just tanning or whatever.
Yes.
And then there comes this oil thing in the water that's comes alive and then just drags them down through the raft. And,
it's great.
Yeah.
The one girl that had been laying there, the hot chick, and she leans up and she's like, her face is coming off, and she's like, it hurts.
Yeah. I mean, that scared the shit out of me when I saw it for the first time. So, but then I saw it years later, and okay.
Drink a beer to it, it's fine now. Well, fucking awesome, guys. Well, you can pick up Wherever They May Rot now on Metal Blade Records from Cut Up. It came out March 24th, so if you don't already have it, what the fuck are you waiting for? It's out, so go pick that shit up. And I want to thank you guys for doing this. It's been great talking to you, Tobias. It's been awesome, talking to you again and having you back on. You're our first repeat offender, so thanks for coming back on the show. We appreciate it.
Yeah, great talking to you guys again.
We really appreciate it. And before we let you go, if we could get a media plug from each of you, that would be amazing.
Right. You start, Anders.
What's a media plug?
Just say. God damn!
Somebody's got a boner.
It's Bugs Bunny. No, but just shit. It's the Gong Show. Goodbye.
It's a media
shit.
Okay, that's awesome.
Your name, your band, and you're listening to the Phantasm Podcast.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, this is Anders from Cut Up, and you're listening to the Phantasm Podcast. And go get our new album wherever they may rot, out on Metal Blade Records worldwide.
Awesome. Damn.
Okay. This is Tobias of Cut Up.
And you're...
I should do that first. So don't start laughing.
Okay, no laughing.
This is Tobias of Cut Up, and you're listening to Phantasm Podcast.
Oh man, that's fucking awesome.
You know what that is?
I have no idea.
No, it's a Jaws harp.
It's a what?
Yes, that's right.
What is it?
It's a... What did you say, Anders? It's called...
I think it's like a jaw harp. You know, the thing you...
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Mouth harp. Use harp.
Mouth harp.
We should know that. We're in Florida, I know. Well, it sounds like whenever you see a hot chick or something, that's what the noise I hear.
I have one here.
So yours is just, that's why it's been going off. It just keeps happening.
Hey, do you guys, before we let you go, do you mind doing one where you do it together?
Sure.
Well, yeah. Let's do it.
Whenever you're ready.
All right. Anders, börjar du där?
All right, this is Anders from Cut Up.
This is Tobias of Cut Up. And you're listening to the Phantasm Podcast.
Yeah, man.
Let's just try again.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Do you want us to take turns, Tobias? Like
yeah, this is Tobias. This is Anders, and you know
we're in Cut Up, and you're listening to the Phantasm Podcast.
Okay. Yeah. This is Anders from Cut Up.
This is Tobias of Cut Up. And you are listening to Phantasm.
The Phantasm Podcast.
Awesome. And now you're listening to Sesame Street.
Oh, God.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much. And we'll talk soon. We'll stay in touch. And, yeah, go pick up.
Tobias, I'll message you when we've got everything up on our page.
Yeah, great.
Cool, and thank you so much for doing this, guys. We appreciate having both of you on.
Thank you. It was nice talking to you again.
Awesome, man. And cheers, take care, and be safe out there, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, you too. Man.
Take care, guys.
Right.
Later, guys.
Yeah, take care. Bye.
Coming soon from Phantasm.
Good evening, Walnut Lake shoppers.
It's closing time.
The store will be closing in 15 minutes.
But the night crew still has work to do.
We're gonna get in so much trouble.
Because there's one last customer who isn't satisfied.
No, this creep keeps calling her. He's driving us nuts. Leave me alone.
He wants to slash their prices.
Who's there?
He wants to cut their inventory.
You're crazy!
He wants to chop until they all drop.
I saw him kill Linda.
And now, he's turning their retail store...
There's gonna be one more killing here tonight.
...into a wholesale slaughterhouse. From the producers of Evil Dead 2 and Pulp Fiction comes a new chapter in terror. Bruce Campbell, Ted Raimi, Renee Estevez, and Sam Raimi in Intruder, a new dimension in terror.
I'm just crazy about this store.
Every legend is based on fact. Every myth is grounded in truth. For 17 years, the town of Haddonfield, Illinois, has been haunted by a night when evil roamed the streets and a madman ruled the night. Everyone knows his name. Now, everyone will know the truth.
I knew what he was, but I never knew why.
Halloween 6, the origin of Michael Myers.
See Jimmy Lane as Reno Miller, a man driven to the very edge. And then beyond. The driller killer is coming.
Just a window.
Stuart Gordon, the director of Fortress, The Pit and the Pendulum, and Reanimator, takes you into the dungeons of Castle Dorsino. Now an American family
Welcome to Castle Riley, lady.
will inherit a legacy of evil.
They say the castle is haunted.
And a master of modern horror will unleash his most terrifying creation. Stuart Gordon's Castle Freak.
There's somebody else here! There's somebody in the castle!
We want you to search the castle. Giorgio Dorsino. He was never buried. She kept him alive. He's here somewhere in the castle. There was a madman in there, but my family is in danger.
Reanimators Jeffrey Combs and Barbara Crampton in Stuart Gordon's Castle Freak.
Watch that crate! That's very expensive!
For centuries, he has remained hidden, watching, waiting. And now, he is coming. He knows your secret hopes. He sees your private dreams. And he can grant your every desire.
Well, I'm not a greedy man. How about $1 million? I remember a certain potentate whose last party was talked about for centuries. God, how I'd love to host a party like that.
I wish to be beautiful forever.
Even if it kills you.
As you wish.
Was it worth it? Would you like to escape?
No!
Beg for your life.
Help me!
Pray for your soul. But whatever you do,
Ready to play?
Don't make a wish. Wishmaster. Careful what you wish for.